Hi everyone and welcome. If this is your first time joining us, my name is Mark and this is my Daddy Diary episode 35. Before I get started, I just wanted to put a quick mention out there that I am looking for questions for the next Q&A video. I can't believe I'm already round to another Q&A video, but I am. So I'm asking for questions about mine, possibly Mark's, Sophie's journey over the 6 to 9 month period. So it's really focusing around the last 3 months basically. So if you've got any questions, pop them down in the comments, and as always I will include them and give you a shout out in the videos. And yeah, get your questions in. I just wanted to quickly mention it because I know last time I left it till the last minute to actually ask for any questions. This week has been a real struggle, if I'm honest. Sophie for 3 nights was waking up every 20 minutes, crying her eyes out, sobbing like I've never heard, and just generally refusing to sleep point blank overnight. And so subsequently I've had about an hour's sleep each night for the last 3 nights. So I'm feeling a little bit frazzled right about now. It's fine, get through it, but yeah, I am feeling a little bit tired, a little bit worn out. Very much looking forward to the weekend. The reason that she was waking up so much is because this week she has had a really stinky, horrible cold. She's had a very runny nose and sneezing and coughing quite a lot. So we've ended up just literally with Calpol. We've stayed in, we've not been out all week. You know, just trying to get her better, because there is nothing worse than not being able to do anything. There's really not very much you can do about a cold. So we just have to weather the fact that she's really upset and just try and reassure her and comfort her and make her feel a little bit better. But you can't explain it to them. You can't tell them it's going to get better. They just don't like it very much, and that's heartbreaking. It's seeing her so upset and getting really loud and screamy and not being able to do anything at all to help her sucks. It sucks. And I know every parent talks about this, that feeling that when you can't help your child and take that pain away, it sucks. It's not the nicest thing in the world. I also made the decision to finally get off my butt and finish a job that I started 2.5 months ago, which was to clear out any of the clothes now that were too small for her, so particularly the 3 to 6 month period stuff. I think there was a few bits and pieces that I'd sort of held on to thinking, oh, she might still fit in that, we'll give it one more go, and then just never did. So I'd been doing that job off for so long because I didn't want to face the fact that she's not that tiny little baby anymore. And while I was doing it, I found some of her 0 to 3 clothes. And as amazing as it is that she's growing up and she's changing and she's developing and she's doing everything she's supposed to, when you look at those little 0 to 3 outfits and you see how incredibly tiny they were, and so how tiny she was, I found myself missing those moments when she was really tiny, which got me and is getting me really upset. I don't know why. It's probably the lack of sleep. I'm going to blame the lack of sleep because it's totally irrational. I get it. She's got to grow. She's got to develop. But it did. It really bothered me that she wasn't going to fit into these clothes anymore. And I mean, I've got ideas of what I can do with the clothes. I'm going to bag them up and we're going to get them out at some point in the future, and I'm going to make a huge, great big like duvet cover using all of the clothes from when she was little, or as many of them as I can, because I don't want them going to waste. So that's kind of what I've decided we're going to do with them. But yeah, in that moment, just going through the drawer and through the cupboard and finding bits that I remember her wearing, I remember what we did that day, I got very, very nostalgic and very, very upset. because there is a little part of you, and I'm sure every parent out there gets it, you don't want them to grow up. You don't want them to become adults yet. Oh, Christ, she's only 8 months old and I'm already kind of feeling nostalgic for when she was a baby and she's not grown up yet. You know, it's just a really weird feeling, and it's quite hard to explain it, but it made me sad. And that's not to say I am over the moon that she's doing so well and that she's growing so big and so strong and so healthy, and she's a really happy baby. But yeah, there's like a bittersweet feeling to it. You look back at what was and remember it so fondly and feel like you're losing something, and you're not. At least I don't think I'm going to. Hope not. You're not losing anything really, because going to the future there'll be new milestones and there'll be new developments and new things to enjoy, and those things will come and they will go and you'll miss them as well. I get that. That's my rational head. I totally get that logical side of it, but the emotional side of it, it hurts. And so I'm trying to find ways to process and deal with that. And then speaking on that, we had a bit of a development this week that for the first time ever, she literally picked up the bottle all on her own and fed herself. She did an entire milk feed all on her own. Literally, she was in my arm, but she took the bottle and she just went with it. And it kind of ties into the whole thing about the clothes. It's like our little baby girl is growing up already and there's nothing we can do to stop it. And I worry it's going too fast, that I'm not enjoying it enough, or that I'm not living in those moments enough, because you find yourself just getting through the day by day, doing the routine. And I started questioning whether I'm enjoying it enough and whether I'm taking the time to really enjoy those moments, because they go so quickly. And again, I know I'm being silly. It's right, Sophie is laying next to me. I know I'm being a bit silly about it, I guess, because I was warned about this, you know, enjoy every moment. That's what every parent says to you when you are expecting and in the early days. Make sure you enjoy every last moment as much as you possibly can, because those moments go so quickly, and before you know it, they're already growing up and they're needing you less and less and less. And I think that might be part of it as well. It's the needing me less. Like when she took the bottle, it was like, okay, so you don't need me for that anymore. And it makes you understand what your own parents tell you, how they experienced it. And that feeling as kids get older, they don't need their parents anymore, or don't need their parents in the same ways, and they don't need their parents as much. You know, it just made me think of all of that, and I've gone back to that emotional place again. Great. But I think it's absolutely amazing that she is actually feeding herself. You know, she's enjoying her milk and doing it on her own, which is just absolutely brilliant. And I know that Mark said she did the same thing again this morning with the morning feed. I was trying to get an extra tiny little bit of sleep while he did that. I don't know how much I got, but so yeah, I think this week has been tough. It's been challenging and it's been very emotional, and I think, like I say, part of that is because I've not slept as much, so I am feeling quite drained, worn out, very emotional. And then she's doing great. I mean, despite having the sniffly nose and not sleeping at all, she is still bright, beamy, happy, bouncy little girl, as always. And so I can't really do anything other than be thankful for it. I'm sorry this week has been a little bit of a downer, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure how this is going to come across. But I think I'm going to leave it there. I'll pop in some clips of Sophie like I always do, and as always I really appreciate you watching, and for all the lovely comments you guys send, and just for the fact that you come along and watch my ramblings every week and all the stuff that we get up to. I really appreciate it. If you've enjoyed this video, then of course give us a like, and if you want to carry on seeing content from us, then hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye!